did.
Mind you, this is the second ad within 7 days. These brands are trying to send a clear message, a white message, if you will. Stay safe, keep your eyes open, and pay attention, okay?
A Dunkin commercial talking about genetics. Dunkin, which came out during the same week as the Sydney Sweeney commercial, which also talked about genetics. And both of these people conveniently are white with blue eyes. So I guess my question is, what do you guys have to say about this one? And also, like, how do you make a white guy the king of summer? I'm sitting here looking at my melanated ass like, since when?
Oh my God, I just love myself.
You have the perfect jeans.
Say what now?
Wait, you know it's supposed to be 110 degrees outside today. You might want to go in the house. I'm just saying.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Warriors, I have a serious question to ask today. Are white people fighting back? Are they? This has to do with another ad, and it is by Dunkin Donuts with an actor and model by the name of Gavin Casalegno. We're going to be talking about that today on Chat With Me, Linda B. All right, Warriors, you know what to do. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, select all notifications so you never miss the video. Stick around to the end. Let's get into it. Oh my gosh, Warriors. The liberals are whining and crying. Again, we are being showered in liberal tears because yet they have found something else that is really insignificant, but they're making a big deal out of it to whine and cry about. And now you've got people out here wanting to boycott Dunkin Donuts as what they see as something that is like so-called white supremacy. You're bragging about your white jeans. This is evil. Again, and this comes upon the heels of another ad with Sydney Sweeney. She's an actress and she did the American Eagle ad. I will link that video if you have not seen it. I will link it at the end of this video so you can catch that one if you missed it. I'm going to play this ad for you and see if you notice anything in particular.
Look, I didn't ask to be the king of summer. It just kind of happened. This tan? Genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Guess what? Golden summer. Literally. I can't help it. Every time I drink a Dunkin' Golden Hour refresher, it's like the sun just finds me. So if sipping these refreshers makes me the king of summer, guilty as charged.
Every time I hear that music in that commercial, I'm like, I want to do the Carlton like from Fresh Prince. It's crazy. But, you know, I'm just going to tell you what a liberal mind thinks. A liberal mind hears that the word genetics, like they heard from the Sydney Sweeney ad about the genes, the play on Jeans and Gens, and talking about, you know, the traits that a parent passes down from to their children. And here he's saying genetics and his color analysis, but he was really more focused on his tan than anything else. He said the sun just finds him. He is talking about his tan. Okay, he was really, that's really what it was about. And this is an actor and model. He was in that movie, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Okay, I haven't seen the movie, but when you look up his name, it comes up, The Summer I Turned Pretty. And a lot of people are out here on the left. Us conservative people have bigger fish to fry. We have more concerning things in our lives, like having enough money for retirement, our children's education, being able to pay our mortgage and have enough money to put food on the table. We are really not out here yelling and screaming and crying about the word genetics and white people with blue eyes. Okay, it's really just ridiculous. And if you saw my video from yesterday, I talked about the fact that the left, the Marxist left, this ideology, this thing that the people in the background want to push. And you know what I mean? The bureaucrats, the elites, the liberal elites, they want racial division. They want disharmony. They want chaos. That is why the people on the liberal side who have fallen prey to this ideology are the angry ones. Most of the time, I didn't say all the time, but most of the time, conservatives are not angry people. We're just not angry. We're just like, yeah, that's their commercial. That's what they want to do, fine. Liberals are screaming and crying and yelling and talking about boycotts. You got them on both sides. A liberal is a liberal is a liberal no matter what they look like. I don't care what their ethnicity is. They boohoo and whine and moan literally about everything. And those of us on the conservative side, it's just like Rodney King used to say. You know, he's no longer with us. I hope he's resting in peace. He said, can't we just all get along? Can't we just all get along? But my question really is, are white people fighting back? But before I get into that, more of an analysis and deep dive into our white people fighting back, I'm going to let you hear some boo-hoos and whines from some liberals.
Who the fuck's coming out with one next? They're getting bold. They were already bold, but they're getting fucking bold right now. Holy shit.
He's responding to the Dunkin Donuts commercial. And let me just tell you, if the nose ring, the whatever you call these hanging off of her glasses, and this shaved hairstyle and tattoos don't let you know that she is a crazed liberal, I don't know what is. But they typically have the nose ring, the tats, the weird hairstyle, or, you know, coloring of something is giving off liberal, and a lot of swearing. Okay, I'm just saying, liberals, that's the textbook of what a liberal looks like. Or you can look at Kamala Harris's husband's daughter, her stepdaughter. It's like the textbook of liberal, and it looks weird.
Nobody called me the golden boy of summer because I have the perfect genes. Perfect golden skin. That's why, because I'm so perfect. Because I have perfect genes, you know. Oh my God, I just love myself.
You have the perfect genes.
Say what now?
Wait, you know it's supposed to be 110 degrees outside today. You might want to go in the house. I'm just saying.
In this climate, to put forth an ad about being crowned king weeks after the No Kings protests, I don't understand it from a perspective of like, unless you're an actual monarchy or Burger King, why are you crowning anyone king in America right now? But yeah, this tan, genetics. I just got my color analysis back. Gross. You know, the ad industry needs to do better. These are two big brands with big budgets who went out to do full production shoots with celebrities. And these were the ideas that they decided were the best idea. The idea that they wanted to shoot and the campaigns that they wanted to push out. And there's a massive error in judgment there.
We don't help it. You've been terrorizing people who don't look like you for centuries. We know you're a bunch of sociopaths. You don't have to remind us. We have the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad campaign that is using a double entendre on the word jeans and jeans with a blonde hair, blue-eyed white woman in a time where racism and fascism is on the rise. The MAGA movement is on the rise at a time when our president had Elon Musk on the stage at the inauguration doing a Yahtzee salute. And the Dunkin Donuts marketing team said, let's try and make our donut commercial about genetics. And let's have an all-American looking guy with blue eyes be the messenger. Their marketing team is definitely like that one person that's like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I already didn't go to Dunkin Donuts, but I'm definitely not going now. They're on some broke bitch rage bait behavior.
Time. Second, 2 times coincidence. Third time, pattern. Waiting for the pattern to continue because that's what the fuck we're in now. And I gotta say, with like Italian heritage myself, like you should remember the racial discrimination and bigotry that the Italians went through. Like, and Dunkin Donuts, like on the heels of the Sweeney commercial, like American Eagle controversy, to still push that fucking line, you know what you did.
Mind you, this is the second ad within 7 days. These brands are trying to send a clear message, a white message, if you will. Stay safe, keep your eyes open, and pay attention, okay?
A Dunkin commercial talking about genetics. Dunkin, which came out during the same week as the Sydney Sweeney commercial, which also talked about genetics. And both of these people conveniently are white with blue eyes. So I guess my question is, what do you guys have to say about this one? And also, like, how do you make a white guy the king of summer? I'm sitting here looking at my melanated ass like, since when?
All righty then. So there you go. There's the liberals out here complaining about this Dunkin Donuts commercial. Now, he's really talking about his tan. And my question is, are white people fighting back? Because I don't remember anybody white, unless I missed it, complaining about all the black people in the McDonald's and I think Burger King commercials. I think Wendy's had a lot of black people in their commercials. Every time you see a McDonald's commercials, it's full of black people. Nobody said anything when Offset. Nobody said anything when Offset and Cardi B did that Super Bowl ad in a McDonald's. Both of them are people of color. This was in 2023. Nobody said anything. And it was, I'm talking about McDonald's has a history of doing this. Watch.
Ain't no sister. She wishes I would hurry up and get some breakfast on. But after working hard all week, I'd like to get my rest. So we head for McDonald's just as soon as we get ready. Have it your way. Have it your way. Have it your way at Burger King.
Okay, so that was a McDonald's and a Burger King commercial from way back in the day. And I know McDonald's continues this trend with black people. An all black cast in their commercials, even today. And you don't really hear anybody conservative complaining. I don't think I've heard anybody white complaining. If they did, I missed it. But just take a step back for a moment. It worked with American Eagle. Okay, the jeans were flying off the shelves. We're going to see what it does with Dunkin' Donuts. We're going to see, but now I want to listen to some people on the other side of the political aisle give their opinion.
So that is a new ad by Dunkin' Donuts. And go figure, wouldn't you know? Take a wild guess who's crybaby, crying and freaking out. Yeah, it's your little betas on the left, Yeah, the little snowflakes, they can't handle it because everything relates to Trump, relates to racism. You guys are a bunch of little vages that need to grow a set and release your mouths from your mom's teats and be big boy and big girl and stop being such a triggered little twat. There was a time where I missed the 90s and beyond. I want to go back in time. You people are absolutely insane to now have an issue with that. Let me guess. Because he said golden tan and not orange tans, just making sure you know that. And, the word king was mentioned, and you about had a conniption, your sphincter dilated to the negatives, and let me guess, your head popped off and your TDS kicked in and you started let me guess, is that what happened? Yeah, well, you can move, that'd be great. Okay, bye-bye.
So let me just get back into this thing of white people fighting back. For the longest time, we've had all these woke ads with these overweight models, with these people that, I don't have a problem with looking at people of color in commercials, but I just want us to be represented like slimmer and attractive. On the left, they would put up a black woman that literally looks like she weighs between 300 and 400 pounds. It's really ridiculous. And they just push that out. And that ridiculous statue in the middle of Times Square, remember that, of an overweight black woman who did not look feminine, who looked angry. On the left, they push that out for a black woman. But on the conservative side, you have softer women who look, feminine, and we don't look angry. But I digress on that point. But the question is, are white people fighting back? I think in a little bit, in a subtle way, they are. Because I've been hearing from white people in the comment section of social media, not in my real life, but just reading comments saying that they're attacking us. And then when you look at TV commercials and movies, literally the white man is the one getting his snot knocked out of him by a 110-pound woman. And you know, those movies and clips where the man is demasculinized, he's, you know, and all the things he looks, you know, they make him look a certain way. Gone are the days of father knows best, when the man is the head of his home and masculine. Gone are the days of good times when he's the head of his home and he has everything under control. He knows what he's doing. Sometime later, we got these soy boys where the woman tells them what to do and he turns out to be the dumb one, like Married with Children with Al Bundy. Remember that? So this has been happening for a long time. And now it seems to me, and it's just my opinion, the question is, are white people fighting back? I kind of think they are, against this narrative, against this wokeism that's being shoved down their throats. They can't be happy to be who they are. And it's just a commercial. I mean, these ads have been using beautiful people of all ethnicities, who's ever hot at the time, who's ever hot, young, and beautiful. When I say hot, I mean popular. They're in the public eye a lot. Their, you know, career has skyrocketed. That's what I mean by hot. And they're physically attractive and they're young. They use them. And these people happen to be the ones that are doing well at the time. So they're the ones that are going to be used. So that's just how it works. That's how marketing works. Now you say, well, they could have done it without those little inferences. You know, don't let it bother you then. Just overlook it. It's just a commercial. It is just a commercial. And I told you guys in my video yesterday, Marxism wants to dismantle. It wants to keep us at each other, the divide and conquer. It brings up grievances, any and everything that represents Western culture. Marxism wants to topple it, whether it is straight white men. And I want that are conservative and Christian. I want to let you hear this clip from the actor in that Dunkin Donuts commercial. Again, his name is Gavin Casalegno.
What makes me confident? My identity.
Your identity?
Yep.
What is it about your identity that speaks to you?
It's who God says I am. And I don't believe what anyone else says about me. I just believe what God says about me.
You seem to have expressing yourself very easy.
Say again?
You seem to express yourself very well, Hal.
Thank you.
Was that something you've always been able to do growing up?
No. I think it took a lot of growth and a lot of hardship, but I think when your faith isn't in temporary things, it just makes life easier. It makes you more confident. It makes you be able to express yourself better. So yeah.
Any advice for somebody who is struggling to express themselves?
Say again?
Any advice for someone struggling to express themselves?
Find the joy in what you're creating. Find the joy in the purpose. Because if it's purposeless, then you're not gonna it's not gonna have the effect and the fire that you want it to have. So find a purpose for what you're creating.
What was your name?
I'm Gavin Casalegno.
Okay, so that was Gavin Casalegno, and he was talking about his faith and everything like that. So his faith in God. So he appears to be a Christian. He is married to a woman. And this is what the left does not like. I told you yesterday, the left does not like Christianity. It is putting up racial grievances. It doesn't like anybody, black or white. It doesn't. Okay. And it demonizes white people, and it causes black people to keep focusing on the oppression that our ancestors went through. And then they give you this half-baked story, not even the full story of slavery when they teach you in these public schools. They make it seem like black people were kidnapped. Black people were sold from Africa. We were sold by other black Africans who already had other black Africans enslaved. It's the battle of the strongest. Let's just keep it clear. Let's keep it a buck. Whoever is the stronger, it's been that way since biblical times. Every time someone conquered a land, they made those they conquered their slaves. And it has carried on throughout history. It hasn't gone anywhere. That's where it comes from. It really has less to do with skin color than it has to do with battle of the strongest, and it's monetary. Okay, it has to do with money. You make more money, but you don't have to pay the labor. Okay, that's why the left wants all these illegals. People want illegals because they don't have to pay them as much. And they're literally working slave wages, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So we need to get the full history. White people were slaves as well. You could look up forgotten history. They talk about white slaves. They talk about all the countries that were involved in slavery, not just America, not just the Americas. But in any event, we have been given a half-baked history, half truths, not telling the whole truth, and constantly being reminded of things that happened in the past. It's been 160 years since black people were enslaved in America. Let it go. The Marxism that wants to dismantle the Western culture wants us to be reminded of that. And they hate everything that has God's stamp of approval on it. The nuclear family, a husband and a wife, they hate that. They want to put up an ad. I showed you in the video yesterday. They had an ad with a man and a woman, but the man was pregnant. They also put forth these unhealthy physical types. Like that is something to aspire to. It's not good and healthy to be between 300 and 400 pounds. There are a few people that are probably not suffering from health conditions who weigh that. There are some, but it's not something to aspire to be. The American Eagle Company, those jeans flew off the shelves. We're going to see what happens with Dunkin Donuts. But don't ever forget, this is a divide and conquer. The left hates everything about the Marxist left, the far woke left, hates everything about American culture, hates everything about the West. That includes Christianity. If you are a straight, white, Christian male, which Gavin appears to be, Gavin Casalegno, he's Italian. He talks about his faith in God. And I'm just guessing he might be a MAGA person, maybe, just maybe. Then that they just can't stand that. They literally can't stand that. And make America great again. The left hates that because it's talking about making America great. They don't want America to be great. That is what I'm trying to tell you. We need to realize what is actually going on and who our real enemy is. It's not each other. Okay, my pastor says your enemy, your real enemy, does not have a social security number, that being Satan. So we need to stop fighting against each other, look towards God, love each other. There's one race, the human race. We may have differences of opinion, how we vote, how we look, and what we eat, but that's never mind. Okay, we're still one group of people, and we need to realize that. They are trying to destroy this country from the inside out. They hate capitalism. They want socialism. They hate any kind of Christianity. They hate Christianity. They like the false Christianity, like Jamal Bryant and O.C. Allen in Atlanta, but they don't like the true biblical kind that Philip Anthony Mitchell preaches at 2819 Church, because he's getting blowback from evil entities right now because Satan's time is short. And he's wanting us to be mad at each other. Realize who our true enemy is. Our enemy does not have a social security number. Our enemy is the devil. He loves chaos. He loves racial grievances. He wants people to be mad. You got black people out here beating up white folks in the middle of the street, like what happened in Cincinnati downtown. And I think they've arrested at least three of those people who were the suspects in that beating. The people were already down and no longer a threat. And I didn't see what happened at the beginning. But you see this anger in a lot of black people in America right now, and they're tending to be liberal. I'm just saying, because they have consumed and let it sink into their DNA about this racism and oppression that clearly it just doesn't exist. I'm not saying there's absolutely no racism, but it's nowhere near what they're talking about. Okay, there's nothing a white person can do that I can't do. So let's just give it a rest. All right, just give it a rest. Know who our true enemy is. The folks in the background want us to be angry with each other, and we're going to fight back with prayer. You guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to smash the like button. It really helps my videos go out further on YouTube. Comment, share, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Select the all notifications so you never miss a video. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.